Hi, my name is Allie Rivera, and I'm a retirement plan consultant. I've worked for Strategic Retirement Group for the past 6 years, where we're focused on helping employees meet and exceed their retirement dreams. We're now part of a larger organization called One Digital, so we now have the ability to provide more comprehensive consulting and advice beyond just retirement. So, for example, health, wealth, HR consulting, so not just focused on retirement any longer. In my specific role, I meet with employers and set up and oversee and maintain retirement programs. Our objective is to put in place a program that makes employees' lives as easy as possible. We know that employees don't go to work with a focus on don't go to work and think about retirement every day. And we want to make sure that whether you are lower paid or higher paid, we want to make sure that employees have the ability to meet and exceed their retirement dreams, whether they're janitorial staff or executives at an organization. So we put in place an investment menu that's best in class. We put in place a matching program that's easy to understand, and we try to automate the plan as much as possible so that there's minimal action required by employees. There was no education requirement to get into this industry. Of course, education always adds value. I personally have a bachelor's degree in mathematics, and by no means was it required. By no means is a master's required, but it certainly did help me to get to where I am. There's also one of the benefits of this industry is that in addition to not having any education requirements, there's also education opportunities while you're in the industry. There's credentialing and certifications that you can pursue as part of continuing education, really at any time. I've been working from home now for a couple of months, and I've had the benefit of having worked from home in the past on occasion. And so that paved the way to, provided a foundation for me to really optimize my time working from home, make it as efficient as possible. And I would say the most important thing is make sure you set up your routine, have a routine, get up early, set that alarm, eat your breakfast, do your workout, whatever your normal work routine would be. Try to maintain that and or try to establish that if working is new for you. Try to create as much of an office environment as possible, so have your designated work area and take frequent breaks as well. The most important thing, I think, especially for an internship, which is temporary, is you lose that human interaction that you would normally have if you were to go into an office. So try to maximize your interaction with other people as much as you possibly can. If you have the ability for a meeting if you have the choice between video or a phone, choose the video every single time. Make it normal. It may be uncomfortable at first, but make it normal. Get used to it. The more you can see other people, the more you can interact with other people, the better off you will be. And set aside, ask somebody. If there's somebody that you've been wanting to talk to, pick their brain, just ask them for 15 minutes on their calendar. Ask them. People are very adaptive and willing to help out, especially in this unique environment. If I were to provide advice to my high school self, I would say, get out of your comfort zone. High school is only 4 years, and it's still at a time where you can experience new things. As you have so many different opportunities. There's so many different organizations that you can join, groups that you can become a part of. Do things that are out of your comfort zone, though. For example, in high school, I hated public speaking. If I could avoid it, I would. And I speak publicly now, more often than I ever would have imagined, and I like it now. But had I done it more in high school, I would have been much more quickly able to do it in my career. And I would have realized that it's not as fearful as, I once thought that it was. So try to get out of that comfort zone. Try as much as you can while you're in high school. Biggest challenge I faced in my career was as a young female in a predominantly male industry. There were times where I know I was looked down upon. I know that just based off of body language, looks, I would walk into a meeting and I knew just off the bat that people had no faith in what I was going to say, didn't trust me, thought I didn't know what I was talking about. And it was very uncomfortable. and I was insecure about it. And so there was a couple ways I really addressed it. And one was I knew that if I had some credentials or certifications, that it would build automatic credibility that just my name alone would provide me with. And so I did. And so, for example, I've pursued after a couple years, I was able to obtain, I became a CFA charter holder, which that alone provided me credibility. Secondly, I went into every meeting as prepared as possible. I always say control what you can. There's a lot of variables you can't control. You can't control, somebody may look down upon you when you walk in just because you're a female or just because you're young, and you can't control that. But what you can control is your appearance. You can control, make sure you're professionally dressed. Make sure you're prepared for the meeting. Make sure you show up on time for the meeting. Control everything that you can control and prove yourself. And I was able to do that, and I know that a lot of clients that at first glance were not so sure about me, and I know that now we have a lot of strong relationships just because I was able to prove myself. Our industry, and really every industry, is evolving now more than ever. This global pandemic has accelerated, I think, progress that we may not have expected, or evolution that we may not have expected for many years. Technology is, I think, one big driving force for evolution of the retirement industry, and really probably every industry. More specifically, I think the retirement industry is going to evolve in the future. I think it's going to be a lot more holistic. I think it will be focused on overall financial wellness and health. I don't think that it will be just focused on retirement into the future. I think student loan repayments are going to become a major factor in integrating health benefits and looking at it again as holistically as possible. The last piece of advice I would provide is, your career is going to last you 40, 50 years. Your high school, you're only in for 4 years. So experience as much as you possibly can. This is really the last step. You have so many opportunities now while you're in high school to experience as much as you possibly can and to focus on all different things. And you can try things and quit. Do it now while you can, while you're in high school, because again, your career is going to last you 40 to 50 years. And it's not that you can't change once you start something, but it's a lot more difficult to adapt once you've started a career than it is to try new things while you're in high school. Best of luck to you.